And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. And we're starting off here with the Cape Coast Conference Championship Finals and a strike for Chloe Street of Space Coast. Here in the girls, it's Space Coast taking on Heritage. And here, take that. And Sophia Trulillo knocks all but, I believe, the 8-pin. And for Heritage, that was Miss Olivia. Trulillo picks up the spare. Again, we're going to be bouncing back and forth between the girls and the guys match. We're going to start out match number one here with the girls, and we'll jump on over to the guys. There's Heritage. And there's Space Coast. And a strike for Heritage, and currently Heritage trails, but can bounce back into this one. There's a spare picked up by Space Coast. Emily Street here for the Space Coast Panthers. And hits all except one there on the corner. It's time for Emily Street. Street picks up the spare. Currently leading 62-42. Who Edgewood currently over Heritage in the boys' first match, 37-29. And there's Brooke Street, who picks up a strike. Currently going here into the fifth. Space Coast absolutely putting on a performance with two strikes here in match number one, as they're up 82 to 60, I believe 61, as Chloe Street curves in. Still very manageable spare to pick up. And Kylie Cooper Ryder for Heritage. Kylie Cooper Ryder leaves just one pin standing. And Chloe Street looks to try to pick up her spare. Picks up two of the three pins, as they currently lead 105-71. Again, we'll bounce back and forth here between the girls and the boys. Match. Kylie Cooper Ride. Sophia Trulillo Leaves one up there at the end. Leaves that 10-pin standing. Olivia Green leaves the 1, the 2, and the 4 standing. Trelillo looking to hit the solitary 10, and just a little off. And Olivia Green set to pick up. Tries to pick up and close this gap. Olivia picks up 2 of the 3. And it's 114 to 82 in favor of Space Coast here in match number 1. And what a strike. Emily Street. And Street knocks it down with a strike. One of the Street sisters here was Brooke Street out of Space Coast. Right. And Emily Street actually tied for 4th in the individual match today. And now you see the Cape Coast individual Cape Coast Conference champ Brooke Street steps up to the lane with a big lead and looking to extend it. Oh, that 7-pin just would not fall. As Heritage over here leaves the 3 and the 9-pin standing. And Brooke Street attempts to pick up hers. Just got the 7-pin standing. Looks like on a nice trajectory and knocks down the 7-pin. Currently up 173 to 1. No, the number there in the bottom, the number below the box is what their actual score is. Pending. Good. As Space Coast has a major lead here in match number 1, putting on a dominant performance, and Brooke Street taking the extra frame and hits a strike here in and finish that one off 183. And they'll take match number 1. Now we'll jump over here to the guys. Jump over here to the guys section. Here in match number 1. Currently Edgewood up 201 to 168. As the extra frame. And Heritage takes this first match 201 to 178. I didn't give you a pen, did I? Dang it. Okay. It's all right. I was just going to write down match 1 score, but okay. If you'll remember all these, I will be impressed. Yes. Score. Yeah. But you know what? Do that. Because we know Heritage wins game number 1. Yes, the Edgewood boys. Heritage takes game number 1 versus the Edgewood boys. It's all right, fine. You know what? Let's just keep track of games. Yep. So now you're going to get a chance to look at the Heritage boys and the Edgewood boys here. We'll keep you updated on the girls' match until we switch over there as Space Coast dominated in match number 1. And here we go. Edgewood up first. For Heritage, I believe that was TJ Sarko. And over there for Edgewood, as one pin is left standing. I believe that's an open frame for the first frame for Edgewood, as Sarko. That's also going to be an open frame. So 9-8. 9-8. Edgewood on top, and Edgewood leaves one pin standing. And this is Liam Mackett, who, as you hear Heritage say, yep, you've heard that name before because we've got a chance to cover the Heritage soccer team. Look at those guns right there. Listen, I would highly encourage anyone that has not ever come out to a bowling match, please do in the future. And, leaves, I believe that's a 7-pin standing. Check, that's the 10-pin. That's right, 10-7. Yep. Caleb Brown here along with Chase Alexander. Currently, Heritage leads 36-19 here in match number 2. They won match number 1, and Space Coast. Or check that. Heritage just took the lead. Heritage takes the lead there in game number 2, and that's another open frame. Can Edgewood hop in and take advantage? And he splits those 4 pins for an open frame. 36-31, Heritage leads going into the 4th frame. Oh, that's the lineup. Awesome. Like we had the rosters, we just didn't have the order. And for Heritage, or check that, Edgewood leaves the 7-pin standing. So here, number 5, it's TJ Sarko, and Sarko with the strike. So far, that's the 3rd strike for the Heritage Panthers. $80-83. And in frame 7, Heritage trails Space Coast. So that's Elliot Charles. Oh, Elliot Charles knocks one of his 3 pins down, and currently still with the lead, 89-61 for the Heritage boys. For the boys Cape Coast Conference individuals. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Boys Cape Coast Conference individuals, Tyler Wickerfield out of Edgewood was your winner. Yeah, we do. Over there in game number 2 for Edgewood, or for Space Coast, 108-112, and heading into the 8th or 9th frame between Space Coast and Heritage girls. Currently in this one, heading into finishing up the 7th frame, it's 98-81, Heritage on top. Boom. Tyler Wickerfield out of Edgewood won the individual Cape Coast Conference Championship. I'll tell you what, that 7-pin did not want to go down. Ian Guguire out of West Shore finished 2nd. 3rd, Christian LaCory. 4th, Ian Harmon. 5th, Liam Richard. 6th, Joseph Gardner. 4th, Corey Husbands. 8th, Paul Roach. 9, Tristan Trelillo. And finishing 10th in the individual Cape Coast Conference is Dylan Carmichael out of Space Coast High School. These two teams here are battling it out. Heritage leads 117-99. Heading here into frame 8. 133-131 there in the girls' match. Heritage leads Space Coast, trying to tie it up at 1 match apiece. And therefore, Heritage and a spare picked up for Edgewood. Ooh. Leaves one standing. And for Edgewood, left the 6-10 and one other pin standing. For Heritage, picks up the spare, and right now it's 137-123. So Edgewood not out of this one yet. They're still in. They just need a couple frames to go their way to take the lead. I believe this is TJ Sarko. Heritage takes game number 2, so we are all tied up in matches on the girls' side. 151-126. Currently heading to finish the 10th frame. Heritage leads over here on the boys' side. Take the extra frame is Sarko. TJ Sarko steps, picks up the spare. And they'll, for Edgewood, try to pick up the extra frame, and he does. Edgewood. So Sarko will get take the extra frame for the Panthers. currently leading 154 to 143. Edgewood needs, and they'll leave 3 standing as they've been asked to stop. And it looks like Heritage will take game number 2. Heritage up 2 matches to none here on the boys' side. All right, so we're going to head on over and hop over here to now the girls' side. Emily Street, sister of Brooke, comes in with a huge strike, and that's now a turkey for the Space Coast Vipers, as they have jumped out to a big lead here in match number 3, tied up 1 match apiece. And for the Heritage Panthers, yeah. Hold on. Wait. It was a nice strike there by Brooke Street, your Cape Coast Conference individual winner. And a spare picked up for the Panthers, but they trail 110 to 43, I believe. And Space Coast running away with their 5th straight strike. Well, we'll go ahead and finish up this one, and then we'll hop over and yep. Because Space Coast here is in the 7th frame. Now, Heritage is behind about 1.5 frames. So, things could happen for them as they miss the spare. This lane just seems to do really good for the Vipers, as, the Panthers, they switch lanes there for game number 2, and I'll tell you what, that was a tight match. And this is Adeline. I don't even have her. Oh, Adeline Oric Cole. And look, from the 2nd frame, we're now heading into the 9th frame. That's all been strikes. That's 2 turkeys. It's currently 200 to 74. And another strike. That one from Emily Street. As Heritage having some tuck luck, leaving the 10-pin up. Currently, Heritage has 230. When I tell now Brooke Street to take the 10th frame. And leaves the 6 and the 7 pin, or 6 and the 8 pin. So the 6-8 split. And it looks like Space Coast will take this one. So after this bowler, we'll stay here with Brooke Street here for her to finish out. And this one just slides past the 6-pin and finishes with the open frame, but it's 254. Currently to 90. There's almost no way Heritage can come back into this game. So we're going to head over to game 3, which possible championship game here. But I'll tell you what, Edgewood's going to have a lot to say about that. Currently, Edgewood with the lead here. But I will say this. Heritage now has 2 straight strikes. So far, only 1 strike in the entire match picked up by Edgewood. And, I mean, look, that left the 10-pin standing as Heritage currently up 106 to 86. And that's not going to help the cause. Heritage picks up their spare. As Edgewood picks up a strike. Edgewood picks up another strike. Now, wait a minute. Now they have taken the lead here into 7th frame, 116-108 as Heritage bowls their 7th frame. And they pick up another strike. Space Coast currently leads 2 games to 1 over Heritage in the girls. Here in the boys, Heritage leads 2 games to none. Ooh. Yeah, I'd like to thank our friends at Best Private Investigations. Best Private Investigations are the only people hopefully you will need, as currently Heritage leads here going into the 9th, 144 to 140. As Edgewood looking to fight to stay alive here in the Team Cape Coast Conference. Picking up a spare here will help, and they only pick up 1 of the 2 standing pins. So it's 144-142, Heritage on top. And Heritage picks up their spare. And they lead 148-142 heading into the 9th frame. And there's a strike by, I keep hearing Gibbs, so I would have to imagine I don't see a Gibby anywhere. And there's Kevin Brown picking up the strike there in the 9th frame for Heritage. All right. And, oof, that's not going to help their cause. Leaves the 10-pin standing. Needs to pick up the extra frame. 168 to 170, actually. And, wow, talk about a clutch strike. That by TJ Sarko. 188 to 170 here in the 10th frame. And there's a spare picked up. 188 to 172. This is going to come down here to that extra frame. Sarko approaches, looking to seal a Cape Coast Conference championship. And leaves 1 pin standing. He's got to knock down the 10-pin. 206 to 172. Edgewood. And they leave a pin standing. Sarko. TJ Sarko with and they will take it. So your boys, Cape Coast Conference, goes to the Heritage Panthers. The Heritage Panthers take the Cape Coast Conference Boys Team Championship. They won't go anywhere. We're going to talk to them when they get their awards. We're going to do interviews with them. Go keep an eye on that real quick. Let me make sure to talk to Coach. All right, now we're switching over to the girls. Switching over to the girls here. It's 120, So Heritage with a dominant performance. And now Space Coast here on the girls' side, leading 2-1. And that's another fantastic strike. Here. For Heritage, this is Olivia Green. Green gets the spare. But Space Coast. This is Emily Street for Space Coast. And leaves that 7-pin standing. Bella with a strike. That's Bella Baden with a strike, and it's 152 to 114. This is so again. Look, Heritage is not out of this one yet. Heritage has got to get some frames going their way. Mathematically, they're not out of this one. But looks like Space Coast still trails by close to 20 pins. Kelly Brown. So again, the congratulations to the Heritage boys on capturing the Cape Coast Conference Championship. Kelly Brown can't pick up the spare. Now we go into Brook Street. On in the girls. Brook Street now, who was your individual Cape Coast Conference winner. And there's a strike. But Brooke here to finish this one off. And she does. I think she may have just put this one away with that strike. Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Look, we've seen crazy things happen. Heritage just has to do what they know how to do best. Just got to keep on fighting and Brook Street, I believe, on her final roll, leaves that 4 and 7 pin standing. And spare picked up for Heritage. Brook Street with her final roll just to finish off the game. And the Space Coast Lady Vipers will take the Cape Coast Conference Championship in the girls bracket. What a great couple of matches, dominating performances there by the Space Coast girls and the Panthers. Panthers win 3 matches to none, and Space Coast will take the 3 matches to 1 victory. As we're going to stay live here for the ceremony. We're going to unplug so you can hear the ceremony. Then we'll log off and interview both squads. All right, we are unplugged here, and there are your lady
coaches, athletes, and spectators. Thank you guys for a great day of competition. For our league bowlers coming in, we're going to do our award ceremony on 21 and 22, recognizing our runners-up and champions. And then we'll go ahead and get you guys started tonight. We thank you for your patience and understanding at the conclusion of our high school season. This was our conference tournament today, so it was our last match was north, this, south, battling it out. So we are going to start on the ladies' side with your runner-up. So the 2023 runner-up is going to be the Heritage High School Panthers. That's Kara Brown, Kelly Brown, Kylie Cooper-Ryder, Olivia Green, Oriana Limbs, Nikki Sarko, Crystalline Wright, coached by Tim Sarko.
These ladies, they won that second match and really put up a fight. But then as they get their runner-up and look, absolutely, this was fun for us. Look, a great fight put up by the Lady Panthers. But look, when you had the Street Sisters for Space Coast who absolutely came in on fire.
One more round of applause for your 2023 runner-up, the Heritage High School Panthers.
There is the 2023 Cape Coast Conference runner-up.
And now we're going to recognize your 2023 Cape Coast Conference champions, your Space Coast Junior Senior High School Vipers. Bella Aiden, Dakota Vida, Adam Oren Cole, Brooke Street, Emily Street, Chloe Street, Sophia Trujillo, Brianna Shamaran, and coached by Chris Hamilton.
I'm gonna pass by real quick. Yeah, you guys did it again. Yay.
And there they are, your 2023 Cape Coast Conference champions, the Space Coast Vipers.
One more round of applause for your 23 Cape Coast Conference champions, the Space Coast Junior Senior High School Vipers.
And now for the boys, runner-up.
On to the gentlemen's side with your runner-up this year is going to be the Edgewood Junior Senior High School Red Wolves. Anderson Aiken, Paul Levina, Ian Harmon, Corey Husbands, Austin Kerfoot, Noah Lures, Liam Wall, Tyler Whitfelder, coached by Mike Harmon.
Once again, these guys just they ran into a hot Heritage team. I mean, what else can you say? The Heritage bowling squad absolutely came in on fire and just continued things. They continued to roll Heritage's way. And I mean, that's all that can really be said. Normally, this is a team that's very dominant, but sometimes in postseason action happens. You run into a team that they struck while the iron was hot, and they never relinquished the lead. Did the Heritage Panthers?
And last but certainly not least, your 2023 Cape Coast Conference champions, the Heritage High School Panthers. Noah Aldana, Kevin Brown, Elliot Charles Jr., Caleb Klotz, Liam Nicketeer, TJ Sarko, Daniel Straight, coached by Tim Sarko. Congratulations.
And now here are your 2023 Cape Coast Conference Boys champions, the Heritage Panthers. There's Coach Tim.
You guys can help me out with one more round of applause for your 2023 champions, the Heritage High School Panthers. I want to thank you all once again for a great day of competition. Thank you to Dean as well as the Merritt Island Mustangs for being our host school. Thank you to Shore Lanes Merritt Island, Kevin Richardson and the team here for hosting us today. Thank you to our league bowlers for your patience and understanding as we finish up our conference tournament. Hope you all bowl well tonight. High school bowlers, we'll see you at districts.
All right, everyone, that has been Cape Coast Conference 2023 championships. There are the Heritage boys. We're going to log off now, and we're going to go ahead and get interviews with both the Heritage boys and the Space Coast girls. For Chase Alexander, I'm Caleb Brown. Alan Slaughterzinski should be live with Pop Warner playoff action between the Satellite Scorpions and I forget who they're playing, but
check them out right here on Brevard Sports.